If you want to know how to have insane speed like no other than Tyreek Hill, then you need to watch this full video because I'm going to explain how you are going to have insane speed. So if you're slow or even if you're fast, but you're not as fast as the cheetah, then like I said, you must watch this full video. What is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another video here at desireLess with your guy KJ, helping running backs elevate and dominate the competition. And today I'm going to explain how you can have that elite speed like the fastest man in the NFL. Now, I know Tyreek Hill has gotten injured this year and he has missed the remainder of the season, but everybody knows he is still the fastest guy out there. I mean, the speed is just different, and I'm going to explain, kind of breaking down his speed, everything that you need to know so you can be fast like the cheetah. Now, for those who are wondering, like, man, who is this? I got light-skinned Travis Hunter, I got Ace from Love Island, fun size Chris Brown. Now, I gave that to myself, but I got all of that. But I'm KJ Howard, owner of this channel, where I was a guy in high school who didn't turn myself into a Division I athlete, and to believe it or not, I'm pretty fast too. Now, I'm not as fast as the cheetah. I'm not saying I'm cheetah speed, but your boy can run 4.3. Like, you know, I got some speed, man. I got a 42-inch vert. I got a little explosiveness, so I can share it with you because I wasn't always like that, to be honest. But I'm going to explain all of that. So let's get into the number one thing, is really like what makes Tyreek Hill so electric. The thing is that he's elite in the two components of speed. So he has elite acceleration and he has elite top end speed. Now, usually you have guys, especially in football, who are more heavy to the elite acceleration. For example, I did a video on Jahmyr Gibbs. What makes him so fast is his acceleration, his 0 to 60. And then a lot of times you have other guys who are fast, which isn't necessarily like football players, but the top end speed guys. These are guys who are like your Striders, your Xavier Words. These are guys who, you know, Derrick Henrys. They take a while to get going, but once they get going, they're going. Just like any track. You ever see like a track runner who they the fastest dude on the track? Like, man, this dude is fast, and he get on the football field and he's average. Or even then, you got a guy on the football team who's like okay speed, but he get on track and he's smoking you. You might be faster on the football field, but on the track, he's faster. So those are the two components when it comes to speed. The thing about Tyreek Hill is he has both. He has elite acceleration. I mean, his 0 to 60 is dynamic. It's like him and Jahmyr Gibbs have the best 0 to 60 in the NFL. And then not only that, this is where he tops Jahmyr Gibbs, is that he has that top end speed like nobody in NFL. I mean, he ran 10-1 in a 100-meter dash this past offseason. We know he's ran 22nd 200 meters in high school. Like, that is all top end speed. The acceleration is only a 30 to 40, but after that, that is top end speed. And the thing about it is that those are things that you can train. Now that you know like what makes Tyreek Hill so fast, you know you can train those things, but it's just knowing how to and how to focus on it. And a lot of guys, you might not know how to. I mean, have you ever been to that point where it's like you want to get faster, but you just don't know when to start or what to do? Well, don't worry, because I have a free speed guide that I took from my experience of being a D1 athlete, a guy who can run a 4.340, have a 42-inch vert, 11, like all of that. I'm an explosive guy, and I put that all into a free speed workout for you guys. So if you're interested in that, hit the link down below. So when it goes into improving your acceleration, that is your 0 to 60. That is your stop and start. It all comes down to a component of different things. Number one is that you need to start lifting fast. And I mean like lifting heavy weights, but lifting fast. Front squats, power cleans, all the compound movements that involves a lot of muscle groups. You need to start doing those a lot and doing those explosively. A lot of times athletes are lifting, you know, you might be lifting, but you're not lifting fast. You're not lifting with intent. It's different than you see somebody mama at Planet Fitness just getting a workout in than an athlete. You watch Tyreek Hill train, you see intent. And another thing is you need to start sprinting. Those 0 to 60, that intent that we just talked about, you need to start doing that. And anytime you have an opportunity to sprint, rather if it's warm-ups, rather if it's you're just working on your own, you need to run full speed, like intent, 0 to 60, bow. Right? Hey, wait, you have to have the ability to get out. I see a lot of guys are just out there, you know, you might jog through the motions and like, no, like if you want to have that elite acceleration, you have to start running full speed. Now, one of my favorite workouts I love to do that improves acceleration, and I think this is the best workout you can do at any time, is running hills. Hills is what I feel like has helped me transform my speed as a football player from a guy who ran a 4.7 to be able to run a 4.3, because I used to run a lot of hills, and that literally is all acceleration. When you're running a hill, you're training nothing but acceleration, having that natural forward lane, and it's working on your running form. Like all of that, like hills, it gets no better. Any type of resistance sprints, either sled runs, those are literally like the #1 thing you could do for acceleration. So now, once we figure that out, we're getting into the upper half of the race, because you could be quick as heck if you want to, but if you're always getting caught, once you get in the open field, it's like he has no top end speed, you're getting caught. Well, hey, we got to fix this next point. Now, what separates Cheetah, Tyreek Hill, from everybody else is that his top end speed, it looks like he gets faster as he goes. And the reason is that he's not actually getting faster. He's just slowing down slower than everybody else. Yes, he is slowing down slower than anybody else. You don't get faster as you run. Once you reach your top speed, it can't maintain that. It's just impossible. So it starts to slow down. But the skill when it comes to running fast is that you want to slow down. Okay, you want to slow down slower than everybody else. What that comes from is your hamstring strength and your hip flexor muscles. Those are the two muscle groups that correlates to top end speed. So if you know those are the two muscle groups, and now, hey, we got to train those. So now we need to start doing Nordic hamstring curls. We need to start doing RDLs, single leg RDLs. We need to start doing dorsiflex holds, which I do those almost every day. Training the core, because the core is connected to your hip flexor. All of those is going to help you increase your top end speed. And then we get to training. You also have to like train the long runs. If you're in high school or you're in college and you have the opportunity to run track, I always say run track, because you're working on speed that you never get the chance to work on in like football conditioning or football training. The football training, when you're out there, you're literally just training acceleration. That's literally what all football is. You train acceleration and then you do conditioning, but you never work top end speed. We're talking like 40 to 60 to 70 to 80 yards, 80 meters. So if you get a chance to go outside, and you don't have to do a lot. You could do like 2 to 3, but 2 to 3 really good reps. The thing about speed is that you want to be efficient. You don't just want to be a guy out there training like your David Goggins and 100 reps of everything. No, less is better when it comes to speed. Because why? Because you want intent. You have to use 85% of your max or higher when it comes to lifting or sprinting. That is the only way you're gonna build fast twitch muscle fibers. If you know like that 85%, just think of if you're lifting, right? If you have 85% on your squat, that's pretty heavy, right? You only get around 2-3 reps. So translate that to sprinting. If I want to get faster, that means I have to really put in a lot of effort, meaning you're not going to have time to do a whole bunch of reps. And doing that, that is going to increase your top end speed. And as a bonus, okay, as a bonus, when I really found my speed to really transform, because going back when I said I ran a 4.7, so we're going back into 2022. I'm going into my JUCO's off season, and I went to a Kent State camp. And they were doing 40-yard dash. And at that time in my journey, like I was a good athlete. I worked hard. I always grinded, but it was one thing I was missing. So when I went to the camp, I was always known as being a quick guy, but not necessarily a fast guy. And I ran a 4.7, which at that camp for the group that I was going against, like, cause it was a lot of high school guys too. I was in JUCO, so I was technically in college, but I'm still getting recruited. But I ran a 4.7. And like, it's not bad, but obviously if you want to go D1, if you want to be an elite, consider a Tyreek Hill fast, you want to be considered an elite athlete, 4.7 is slow as heck. But there's one moment where after my JUCO season, because I didn't have the season I wanted to, but after that, I locked in my nutrition and I lost like 5 to 10 pounds. But it wasn't even just about the 5 to 10 pounds. The thing is, I lost the body fat. I went from 18% body fat to 9 to 10% body fat. That's when I literally went from the 4.7 I ran at the camp when we did testing at Ohio University. I got clocked at a 4.3 and nothing really changed. Like, I always worked hard, I always trained speed, but the one thing changed is that I locked in on my nutrition. I started eating the right foods. If you're fat, if you have excess body fat, no matter how much speed training you do, it's just going to go against you. It's like running with a weight vest. When you look at Tyreek Hill, I mean, he's like single digit body fat. You look at Jahmyr Gibbs, he's like single digit body fat, maybe like 10%, 11%. All the fast guys, they're not having nothing holding against them. And that is another thing that you want to know, is in order to be like elite fast, because you be kind of fast and still have some body fat, but if you want to be like elite fast. Like even me right now, I'm pretty lean and I can run a 4.3. I just ran a 4.3 at my UFL showcase, but it's because I'm lean. I'm 7% body fat right now. And now you don't got to be that lean, but I'm just giving you an example. But understanding that when I was 18 to 19% body fat, that's when I ran my 4.7 and nothing changed. The only thing is I lacked in my nutrition and I literally dropped like 4/10 of my 40 off. Literally 4/10. Plus the bonus, you must focus on your nutrition. You must focus on your top end speed, training long speed, working on your hip flexors and your hamstring, and then acceleration, running with intent, sprint training. Do not be lazy. Lifting fast, not just lifting heavy. Oh, my max squat is 600 pounds, but guess what? You out there taking 30 years to get up. That ain't gonna do nothing for you. Who cares if you're strong? I mean, being strong in football doesn't matter. You want to be explosive and powerful. Being strong, like what is that gonna do? When you ever just gonna hold somebody like, hey, I'm strong, I got you. Like, no, you're never gonna do that. You want to be explosive. You want to be powerful, meaning I hit you one time, you're gonna feel it's the impact. Like strength is, you don't want that. So you want to lift heavyweight, but lift it explosively. Now here is how you are going to be the fastest football player you possibly can be, and be just like Tyreek Hill, the cheetah, the fastest man in NFL until I make it in, and I'm gonna take his rings. But I'm joking though, but not really. All right, just wait till I get my shot. But this is how you're going to improve your speed and have elite speed like Tyreek Hill. And once again, if you want a free speed guide that can kind of give you the structure right now, the fundamentals to start improving your speed, because you might want to be fast. You might have the ambition to get faster, but if you don't know what you're doing or have any structure to get there, then you're never gonna get faster, because it's all about system. Everybody has aspirations and goals, but the only people that reach their goals and who don't is the ones who follow a system each day for the week. So if you want that, I put that onto a free guide. Link to that is in the description down below. This is all I got for you guys. And if you're a running back and you want to know the 3 dominating skills that will make you elite and make you fearful to where you're a guy, and no matter who's blocking for you, because everybody say, how do I produce with a bad O-line? Well, guess what? If you have these 3 skills, you can have the little sisters of the poor blocking for you, and you will still produce big numbers. So if you're interested in that, click this video right here.